I'm not having a baby unless a ring's on my finger. And a lot of black women tell me, oh, a ring does.
Being a wife and being a baby mama is totally different. And a ring means everything. First of all, a ring is a commitment that you're giving before God. And God sanctions that commitment when you get married, right? God don't sanction boyfriend and girlfriend. Number two, when that man puts this ring on your finger, he's promising to always love you, always protect you, and being your cover. Ladies, that is priceless. Wait for your husband. If these boys are trying to give you a baby, but not a ring, run.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
I need this breakup between Hallie and DDG to be like another reminder of how successful black women will allow these youngins, these unserious ass black men to make y'all a baby mama. There are so many successful black women that I see, like old YouTubers, people that like you're like, oh, she's definitely gonna get married, someone's definitely gonna wife her down, and y'all choose to be a mama because that is a choice. Being a mama, baby mama is a choice at this point for a lot of y'all. If that man is not talking about marriage, why would you not want to build a foundation first? And again, though there's people who don't want to be married, but we know the people that want to be married and don't, and have settled for being a baby mama, or they were a wife first and became a baby mama, like Queen Nasha. Like, what are we doing? It's 2024. When are we going to learn that a baby is more of a commitment than marriage? And another thing is, it's like y'all have babies like it's nothing. Like it's just another fucking day for you. The way I would be crying, like my life would be over if I found out that I was pregnant. Why does that not scare you? Like bringing life into this world, like knowing the mortality rate for black women, and y'all are risking it for a demographic of men that have proven time and time again they're gonna leave you a single mother. Is it really a surprise when another black man leaves a black woman a baby mama? I mean, I really want to know what is not clicking. If he's not talking about marriage, if he's not doing anything else to show you he's even a good father, if he's a lame, like I don't even, like the self-esteem has to be in the depths of fucking hell, because I don't see how these like prestigious ass women be dating like these low level, low vibrational hood ass, like what is not clicking, bro?
I'm really about to give y'all my real thoughts on baby mama and baby daddy culture because this app going away, so I don't care no more. To the women first, y'all go procreate with the worst nigga in the world. The worst, and you know he's terrible. As a matter of fact, you picked him because he's terrible and you want to feel superior to somebody. Then he bust inside of you and you kept the baby. You ain't shit. He ain't shit. Guess what? Y'all baby ain't shit. Birthed into a world of ain't shitness. And now you're a victim of a man. Okay. To the fellas, I want you to think about this. You a broke bum bitch, right? You a broke bum bitch. You could barely take care of yourself. You out here going raw in some sugar walls. And a woman that would let a broke bum bitch go raw in her sugar walls. You know she ain't smart. Because you don't look like a good decision to a woman. So she clearly ain't smart, and you know that. So when you start having baby mama drama problems, you already know, like, this girl don't make good decisions. She ain't gonna make no good decisions with the baby. She ain't gonna make no good decisions for her life, the baby life, or your life. Don't even get mad. Both of y'all trash. As a matter of fact, y'all should be charged $10 a day to be on the internet. Because every second you're on the internet, you're not working on your real life. And y'all muddying up the waters with all these bum-ass arguments. She won't let me see my baby. He won't give me no money for the baby. Whole time, neither one of y'all should have a baby. And I don't want to hear nothing about eugenics. Oh, what? Poor people can't have kids? Fuck no. How about that? I said it. Shut up. Fuck y'all. Poor people should not be having children. If you having money problems, you should not be having children. If you don't have a support system, you should not be having children. If you aren't in the right mental space, you should not be having children. Ain't none of y'all gonna whoop my ass. You popping out kids with no idea how to take care of them. What the fuck? I wouldn't even buy a car if I didn't know how to take care of it. Or at least have the money to take care of it. You gonna have a whole human with no clue. Because your hormones told you to. You know, growing up as a young boy with testosterone, my hormones told me to punch a bunch of people in the face. I didn't do that shit. I didn't want to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Actions have consequences. Y'all just stupid. Y'all don't think before y'all act. Thinking you're going to be a big happy family in the middle of the hood. In the middle of the hood, that ain't no place for people. Let's be fucking for real. I've lived in the hood before. It feel like you rubbing shoulders with your neighbors. The walls all thin. Fucking Everybody got mental health issues, from old people to young people. Motherfuckers ain't got no decorum. Kids running around outside in diapers. Drug dealers selling drugs in front of fucking kids. Motherfuckers getting into fights, grown ass men, balling up their fists and punching each other. You niggas are terrible. And you gonna have a baby in that environment? You shouldn't be trying to do nothing. If you live in that environment, you shouldn't be trying to do nothing but get out. Claw your way out. But y'all glorify that bullshit. I'm from here, I'm from there. You know I never talk about like my time living in the hood as a kid. That shit is embarrassing. I don't want nobody to know about that shit. Why would I talk about that shit? Some of y'all make that your whole personality. You fucking 30 years old. You lived in the hood till you was 15. Here we are 15 years later. You still talking about that dumbass shit. You don't have nothing else to talk about. Motherfucker, we could talk about different types of grass before we talk about hood culture and living in the hood and hood life. Ain't shit to be proud of. Oh, he got that dog in him. He from the hood. Shut up. Shut up.
I'm sorry, y'all, because I know accidents happen, but the way that it feels like there's been a real increase in women who are like intentionally having kids with no ring. I can understand you just slipped up and got pregnant, cool, but you on the internet talking about me and my boyfriend are trying to have a baby? You're trying to have a baby? And your finger is without a ring? I don't, wait a second. I know that everybody's end goal is not to be married, and that's very, very valid. But signing up, literally volunteering to pop out a baby with a boyfriend is really, it's interesting. It's crazy work. That's crazy work. Like, in a lot of ways, I feel like women are moving forward in forward movements such as like decentering men and not settling for less and deciding that it's better to be alone than to be paired up with a man who don't care about you. And I love that for us. But I also feel like there's a lot of us who are moving backwards. This feels like moving backwards.
Let's talk about black culture today, right? In 2024, going on 2025, we got thinking being a baby mama or a baby daddy is cool. Like, look at the rappers and all the athletes and shit, right? It's barely any that support being a family. Like, of course, we got like LeBron James, you know what I'm saying? It's like a needle in a haystack, right? But then you look at the rappers, right? You got like Sexy Red, right? Fuck my baby dad, cool, right? And then you got the male rappers, baby mamas. The male rappers, baby moms are like celebrities, right? Y'all buy their clothes, y'all do exactly what they do. And none of it promotes being a strong black family. There's literally nothing united and positive about it. Like, the only time we hear something about a black relationship, right, is when it's negative. For example, Cardi B and Offset. Didn't they just like find out both of them was cheating on each other or whatever? Like, bro, it's always negative. There's nothing positive. So when people are getting all this negativity, black people love negativity. They tend to feed towards it and try to live that same lifestyle as the person that, you know what I'm saying, they look up to, because black people look up to Offsets and Cardi B's. Bro, what's up?
Man, black people love negativity so much. And especially in our culture, we hardly see any strong black family units anymore. Even in the African culture, there is a lot of just toxicity and division. Not as much as the black culture, but it is still very much prevalent in the African culture. Having kids out of wedlock is a norm. A lot of the things that we do as Africans stem from black culture. We copy the exact same thing that black Americans do. We try to like hide it under marriage, right? So a woman will have children out of wedlock and then end up marrying another guy who either have kids of his own or can accept a woman with kids herself. So we have the exact same thing in African culture, just like black culture.
Why is baby daddy, baby mama culture so normalized? Like, I genuinely do not understand it, because I'm just like, why are you voluntarily bringing a child into this world when you yourself are unstable in an unstable relationship? Why are you bringing a child into this world? Like, what do you mean you're gonna have this man's baby who doesn't want shit to do with you or the baby? Why are we normalizing this?
I was holding back on talking about this topic, but what triggered me to actually start speaking about it right now, I was thinking about it all morning and I wanted to talk about it so bad, but I was like, I might get a lot of pushback, but nobody watched my TikTok anyway, so I'm just going to talk about it. Maybe like those one, like that one person that watched my TikTok can share this video. But if a man do not propose to me, do not get married to me, I am not having no baby for them. My womb is so precious, and my womb is only
for men that is deserving of it. I don't care how long it takes if I don't get married, because people are saying, oh, marriage is just a paper, marriage is just that, and they proceed to have kids for a man, they proceed to give a man wife material things with no ring, with no assurance. They call it assurance. The video call it assurance. What did I say? Repeat after me. Assurance. Because let's say your boyfriend has so much money and you're living with him, having babies for him and all that crap, and then in 2 seconds he decides to leave you. Assurance. There's no assurance there. The highest that could happen is your kids get child support. That's it. And then you just become a regular dandy or baby mama. And I know living together forever is not guaranteed, but at least there is an assurance that if anything happens and you guys end up getting a divorce, you know that you're getting something out of this rich man that you said that you're living with, that is your boyfriend, that you're cleaning, you're cooking, and doing all that. I saw this girl on here, and this is no shades to her, but she had twins, she was cleaning, she was cooking, and she said my boyfriend, and I was so confused. The Igbo girl urge in me was so confused, and I could not understand it. And I honestly do not want to understand it. Literally, I don't want to understand it, because that is just too much for my brain to comprehend. Because boyfriend, twins, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding.
So here's the thing. I think there is a difference between Rihanna having 3 babies out of wedlock with the same guy versus like a regular person like you and me having 3 babies with the same guy out of wedlock. And that difference is just the financial part of it. Like, obviously they have the money to afford childcare and everything that the babies would need. They can afford it, and those babies would be taken care of easily, versus you and me having to basically struggle because the economy is not, it's not what it should be right now. However, aside from the financial aspect of it, I don't think it's necessarily a good thing, only because of the representation that it brings. Like, oh, she's just like a baby mom, like another baby mom. And of course she's black, so a black baby mom with 3 kids, like, I just feel like, yeah, the money is what makes it better, but like, it still isn't necessarily a good look. I'm hoping that they're secretly married and they just want to keep us out of their business. That's what I'm hoping for. But
because a lot of the men these women are being baby mamas for, they themselves will not allow their own daughters to be somebody else's baby mama, but they've made you one. I am seeing too many people be comfortable being baby mamas. I heard one girl say, and she was being interviewed, and she was talking about how her and her partner planned to have a child before marriage. What is that? We have now reached the bikini bottom of society, to whereby you have to fight somebody to convince them that having a child in marriage makes sense. Like, you have to fight people on the internet. People are talking about, oh, you can't judge, it's not your life. No, let's bring back judgment. Let's bring back critical thinking and judgment, because a lot of you like to use this, oh, you can't judge, oh, you don't know people's lives. We don't need to know people's lives. 1 + 1 is 2, baby. If you're going to be bringing a child into the world, why would you do that to them? Like, why would you bring a child into the world for them to be telling people, oh, mommy and daddy are boyfriend and girlfriend? Are you not embarrassed? Like, your child is going to be embarrassed. Like, they're going to come to know sooner or later that, the math ain't mathin' on that family structure. It's definitely not okay. Glamorizing baby mama culture is so foolish. If you are a baby mama, go ask your baby dad what his thoughts would be if his daughter would be a baby mama, and if he would encourage her to go down that route that he encouraged you to. It's not making sense. It's not making sense. Ladies, I'm gonna need you to have some more dignity than you have and not agree to the nonsense and the lies that you're being told and sold, because it's just gonna have you embarrassed. And it's too much of it. I'm seeing too many interviews where people talking about, oh, we plan to have a child outside of wedlock. What?
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
Baby mama culture is extremely anti-black because it's only here to shame black women. I don't be in no single woman's comments of any other race who has a child on the way or is a mom, and I see people in there telling her, oh, you a baby mama, oh, you a baby mama, oh, you a baby mama, oh, he didn't put a ring on, he didn't put a ring on, he didn't put a ring on, oh, you a baby mama, I see congratulations, this baby's a gift, congratulations, you're gonna do amazing, congratulations. So why is it when it's a black woman, it's all baby mama culture wins again, baby mama culture, baby? Why is it that the woman is only valued in the eyes of black people when it's attached to a man? The fuck is that? The fuck is that? You see a woman on the internet saying that she's pregnant, and the first thing you're asking her is, are you married? Do you have a ring? What happened to congratulations? I'm wishing you well.
Piggybacking off my last video, a lot of you women, your entire worth and value is based off of if a man gives you a ring or not, and it's really sad. Y'all are so caught up in a status and a title that you're putting all your worth in that, and that's causing you to shame other women who might not have gone down that path of marriage. Again, forever an advocate for getting married before having kids, but y'all do know there are plenty of women that want kids and may not be able to find the right partner to have kids with, so they have them on their own. So what y'all gonna do? Shame that woman too? Oh, you a single baby mama? Why would you go and have a baby without a man? Again, because your entire worth and value is based off of a man. And then y'all say, well, I gotta get married before I have kids because at least if I get a divorce, I'm gonna get something. Like, I think y'all forgot how divorces work. Divorces cost money, lawyer fees, court fees, and I think y'all also forgot that most women marry regular men that don't have much, so when that divorce comes, they not getting nothing except maybe child support. The same thing a single baby mama is getting.
The plot has been lost with the 3 kids, no ring, or the baby mama, no ring conversation. And before y'all start, let me give you my credentials. I've been married for almost a decade. I have 2 planned children with my husband. We practice family planning. Now that that's out of the way and I've humanized myself to you judgmental bastards on the internet, I will say, and I never thought that I would say this, there are some situations where there are 2 loving people in a relationship and they choose to have children, but they don't choose to get married, and that's okay. I know it's crazy. Now you have other situations where you have 2 people in a relationship. One of them wants to desperately get married. The other one does not want to get married, but wants to keep having this person pop out a bunch of kids. Now that's different. We're talking about a situation where 2 consenting adults decide to have a relationship where they do not get married, and that is okay. Not everybody strives for marriage. Is marriage important? To some people, absolutely. To me, it was extremely important for me to be married before I have my children. But that was a personal decision. And we're taking these personal decisions and we're putting them onto other people and judging people because they decide not to get married before they start popping out kids. Is it your coochie? Is it your cooter cat that these kids are coming out of? You don't have to raise them. You don't have to take care of them. This is, I don't want to say it's giving trad wife or conservative culture, but I hate seeing posts of people, specifically Black folks, announcing pregnancies and people being like, where's the ring? 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 Just say congratulations and move on.
I don't care what any baby mama say. Having to raise your kids by yourself is not a flex. And this is coming from a single mother. Listen to your sister. Don't let any baby mama deceive you into believing that being a single mother is more convenient than being a wife. You hear me? When I was pregnant with my daughter, I went through the whole pregnancy by myself. Ain't nobody going me to no appointments, no baby shower, no gender reveal. When my water broke, I got us to the hospital and from the hospital. And I can go on and on about my baby daddy. F my baby dad. F my baby dad. But I slept with him. So what kind of woman did that make me? A crazy motherfucker. Okay? You way too beautiful, way too smart, way too intelligent to be going through something like that. So live your soft girl life. Ain't nothing wrong with saying you too good to be a baby mama. You right. Because us strong Black women not strong because we choose to be. We strong because we have to be.
Let us not promote baby mama culture. I am not saying that we should put other people down because they had kids out of wedlock, but let us not promote it. That should not be the goal. The goal should be a stable, strong Black family unit. That is what most of us should strive for. A strong, caring Black family structure is what we really need, especially in this generation. We as Black people, I feel like we are lost. We've been lost for many years. Lost in every single aspect of life. And we have to come together and create a stable foundation of relationships. Start over, start from scratch, and just build from the bottom up. And it starts with people. It starts as a strong Black family unit. And we have to get back to that.
A lot of people are not going to like this conversation, but I think it needs to be had in the Black community, which is the normalization of baby mama culture and having children outside of wedlock. In fact, just this general inability to have stable relationships. Our relationship dynamics in the Black community are atrocious. The normalization of cheating, the normalization of unhealed individuals coming together, traumatizing each other, and perpetuating toxic cycles. And then it's this generational pattern of us not having marriages and us just bringing whole human beings into the world, and the parents aren't married. I just don't think this is something that we should be normalizing. I think it reflects the fact that a lot of us are not doing the inner work. We're not healing, especially when we have this history and this past in a lot of our families where brokenness in homes is so normalized, where the marriages are so toxic, and a lot of the things that happen in black homes are swept under the carpet. We don't have healthy communication skills. Things like your father's cheating on your mother and we just keep quiet about it, right? Why are we perpetuating these things? Because we know better. Why are we part of this pernicious cycle when we know better? Because we are supposed to be here to be pioneers of breaking the generational patterns, of saying we are tired of the toxicity, of realizing that we cannot bring human beings into this world without healthy family dynamics. I just think even in relationships in general, we are so unable to love each other because we didn't have the blueprint. A lot of us, it wasn't modeled to us, but it's up to us to now set a new tone. But we're not doing it. I mean, something as simple as we can't even take each other on dates. We don't court each other. There's no sense of regarding love to the standard that it should be at, which is laying down proper foundations. We're skipping steps. Jiggy jiggy, umuntu is a baby mama. This man has not even taken you on at least 5 dates, the whole relationship. You barely know each other. Or you have been in this relationship with this man doing wife things, but you're just a girlfriend. That is why he won't commit. Because you've shown him that it's easy to get you to do things that require commitment, but you can do them without the commitment. And so why would he ever bother? And I just think also, if we all unanimously decided to raise our standard of love in the black community, raise our standard of relationships, and raise our standard of the dynamics between men and women, we could actually start breaking generational patterns and toxicity that we've seen in our childhoods, in our family homes, that shouldn't be perpetuated and continuing the way that they are, and let alone normalizing these things.
Okay, so not gonna lie, I've really been seeing like, I don't know what the new trend is with everyone like not wanting to get married. When did we lose like the plot of like life? What is the new trend with babies being more of a commitment than marriage, and a baby comes before marriage? Like when was that the narrative? When was that like the idea? And who started that? And this is why baby mama culture is so like normalized, because what the fuck? Oh, what are y'all like? Why? I don't understand why you would prefer. And it's like, it's not even, why would you prefer to be a baby mother than a wife? Why would you prefer to have the title for the rest of your life to a man, or a man to his wife? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. But as a man or a woman, a girl, whatever you want to, for you to not want the title wife before you have a man's baby, especially in our generation, as a Gen Z, this generation is absolutely horrible with relationships, and you thinking a baby will come before a fucking ring, you have lost the plot to your life completely. And I don't care. Like, that is beyond embarrassing for you to want to be a baby mother for 45 plus years with a man with 5 kids with no ring because you say that's not commitment. Huh? Why would you? And people say, oh, you can break up in a marriage, the same thing with it's not about that at all. Not only would you be a wife, but you went through enough with this person to want to spend the rest of your life with them. Commitment. More than that. A baby, you just doing this or whatever, do. Huh? And you having a baby with a dude now? And y'all have no way to commit to each other? I just think like baby mama culture is so normalized now, and I just could never, please.
In this economy, y'all are pissing me off. This is for women only. Single woman, if you can't find a way to have standards and boundaries for yourself when you are dating, if you are someone who for religious reasons, personal reasons, will not have an abortion if you get pregnant, you need to stop having sex carelessly. Hear me. In this economy, you are letting a man give you a lifelong bill before he addresses any of yours? The man wouldn't even take you on a real dinner date, and you let him impregnate you in this economy. Why? Because you were lonely? You're bored? Are you serious? This man comes in and out of your life. He shows up when he wants to, and you risk your life to give birth to his child. And I'm not saying it's impossible to live a better life after you have a child. Some people use that as motivation, but for a vast majority, that will be your biggest downfall. Not just physically, forget about what it does to your body, financially, because he can go, and he knows that, and he probably will. You're gonna be paying for that. In this economy, let's stop doing that, okay? We have to stop doing that.
Is getting pregnant and having a child, is that not like considered like a serious thing anymore? Now, I can't call this baby mama culture because it takes two to tango, so I'm gonna call this broken family culture. I feel like there's an epidemic right now of a lot of people having babies and a lot of people getting pregnant with no real thought of having like a family structure in mind. It's almost as if people are getting pregnant to prove a point or to try to keep somebody around. It's weird. I'm not talking about the people who like they were in a relationship or they were married or something like that, and they ended up having a baby with the person and it just didn't end up working out because, like a lot of people say, babies change the dynamic of a relationship, but the people still try to co-parent. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the people that are purposely procreating with someone in no hopes to have a family, and then either the father leaves or the mother tails off, or it's just a really fucked up environment that you're bringing a child to, and you knew you were bringing that child into that environment. And as a woman, I obviously think about pregnancy from a woman's perspective of before, during, and after. That is a lot to put your body and your mind and overall yourself through, just for anybody and anything. And I also feel like we are in a day of age where there are people that are getting pregnant, or women that are getting pregnant just to secure a bag. And they don't care how many baby daddies. They're looking at these kids as money. They're looking at them as money. And it's weird. And then the dad is not even looking at the kid at all because he don't want to be in a child's life at all. And it's like no one's thinking about what this can do to like their child in these situations, purposely creating these messed up environments for your child where they have to go back and forth between parent. And that's if the parents even like each other or care enough about each other to not argue, to not be spiteful, to just not be, a certain way towards the other parent where it interferes with the relationship with the child. The Joy Chavez and Andrea Michelle situation is one of those that you can kind of look at and kind of see this. More so the Jalen Green part. And I'm not gonna say I don't know why. I know why y'all trying to say like, oh, Jalen, she did, she that. That boy don't care. That boy know, and he don't care. This is probably someone that he's been wanting to mess with since he was younger or whatever, and he finally got to that pinnacle where he could do that. And Drea for sure don't give a damn because y'all know she want that bag at the end of the day. But just because you can financially, let me say this again, just because you can financially take care of a child does not mean you can mentally or emotionally and physically support that child in the way that they need to be supported. You can especially take Nick Cannon for an example and all them damn kids and baby mamas that he has. And it's just like he is going on tour and trying to repopulate the world. And I just think it's just crazy. And it's like, then people always want to say, oh, well, the Bible means be fruitful. And yeah, be fruitful with one partner or at least somebody that you're married to. You going to the forest and you being fruitful with every damn body. That's not what the Bible is talking about. And I want y'all to stop using the Bible to justify y'all messed up actions, bro. Stop doing that. And I'm not going to even start on how a lot of y'all barely got your damn self, let alone you got a child. I'm not going to start on that. I'm also not going to start on how y'all think gentle parenting means not parenting your child at all. That's a different conversation for a different day. All in all, baby, close your legs, or at least think before you open your legs up about the actual outcome that comes along with opening them legs up.
So there's been a lot of discourse, at least on my TikTok, about baby mama culture. And I just wanted to weigh in because I feel so strongly about this topic. I truly believe you should not be having a child with anyone who will not marry you first. And the first is very important because, in my mind, why would you want to have a child with someone? I feel like a child is truly a lifelong commitment, something that tethers you for at least 18 years if he is a responsible man and takes care of his child. But why would you want to have a child with someone who literally does not want to be bound to you? Like, a child is way more binding than a marriage. And I feel like people really fail to realize that, and it's mind-boggling. And a lot of people's arguments for not wanting marriage seem to be surrounded by the possibility of divorce. Which, again, if you are the person not wanting marriage, or if your partner is the person not wanting marriage because of divorce, like, that is already not the person you're supposed to be with, because why is that even a thought? Like, why do you think all of a sudden, because you're married, like, things aren't going to work out? And once again, if you're worried that things aren't going to work out, you should not be having a kid with that person. Like, if things aren't going to work out, now you have to continue to see them for at least the next 18 years, which makes no sense. So if you're worried about that, you're with the wrong person. And that's simply the situation, and you should not be having a kid with them. So, again, that makes no sense. And I've had this conversation with friends, and they've been like, oh, well, it's easier to just break up with someone than to get a divorce. That is true, but it is not easy to separate from someone if you have a kid. You're gonna continue to see them for the kid, unless one of you is just being a deadbeat parent. So it's like, why wouldn't you want at least the safeguards of divorce? Like, if you're married to someone, they can't just up and leave you and take everything. You know what I mean? Unless you have a prenup. So it's like, if you're worried about them leaving you, they gonna leave you regardless. Whether you're boyfriend, girlfriend, whether you're husband, wife, like, you're gonna get left and you're gonna have nothing because you weren't married. That makes no sense. And it's like, why would you want that baby to have his last name before you do? Like, you can't help make any medical decisions if something happens to him. Like, y'all can't share all these assets. It makes no sense. Like, why are you creating a life with someone that you don't want to build a life with? Please. And it's literally just a fact that children do better in a home with two parents that love each other. Like, yes, children are affected by divorce, children are affected by dysfunctional marriages, but again, I feel like that is something you should know before marrying someone and having a kid with them. Are you guys going to have a loving marriage? And I feel like that requires you to get married and be married for at least a few years before you even consider having a child. And that is my stance, because how many relationships actually successfully co-parent? Very few. Or like cohabitate, or like couples date for forever and are in love and don't get married and have kids, and like that actually works out. That is so few and far between. I think everyone just needs to be more selective with who they're having kids with, who they're marrying, and like, at least give marriage a shot. Like, how are you willing to have a baby but not try marriage? You're so scared of divorce but you have a baby. Like, it makes no sense. Overall, I just feel like we as a collective need to move away from the it's just a piece of paper discourse and stop letting men convince you of that. Because if it's just a piece of paper, then sign it. Yeah, that goes both ways. It's just a piece of paper and it means nothing, then sign it. Like, I just really need everyone to want more for themselves. I need people to want like be wives before mothers. No shame to people who do have a child before getting married. That's your prerogative. You're living your life. But for those of you who do not have a child yet and you are considering being baby mama, don't do it. Don't do it. Nothing good will come of it except your child. So
one thing I know for a fact, I would never be a baby mama again. I would never wrongfully choose the father of my kids again, and I mean that. Because choosing the wrong person to procreate with, choosing a man irresponsibly will definitely cost you where you will be raising your child by yourself. You will solely be the provider doing majority of the work, and not just financially, but it's so much more that comes with raising children. And that's the problem in today's society, especially with our people. A lot of us are single parents because we wrongfully choose the type of men to lay down with. I truly believe if we allow God to guide us with our person before we give our body to, everything is going to work out exactly how it's supposed to. If we do some real healing, and that way we attract quality people, we won't be in this game like this. You know what I'm saying? If we vet properly, check people's character, check their heart posture, figure out what it is that you stand firm on, what a man has to be to even become your husband and become the father of your kids, Man, you'll be weeding so much to this unnecessary mess out. Only if I knew what I knew now at the age of 17, at the age of 16, shit, at the age of 13 when I get my body away. Yeah, don't submit to this culture lifestyle, honey. If you don't have kids, leave them right where they are until marriage. One thing I do like about social media, they are pushing out marriages. When I was growing up, I didn't see any of that. I thought it was pride in being a baby mother. Like, that's what I seen in my family. Only if TikTok was prevalent back in my days. I'm talking about when I was in high school. Because I'm at a stage in my life where I don't even submit to the boyfriend, girlfriend culture anymore. I don't even speak on that topic. It's marriage. When it's time for me to really date and be serious, I'm looking for marriage. I'm looking for marriage. I'm looking for husband potential, somebody that I would be proud of to raise my daughter and my sons with, my future children with. Ooh. And sometimes it hurt. Because, you know, once you broaden your horizons, you look at life different. It's like, damn, you see what your child is going without, unfortunately. Without a two-parent household, without two healthy parents. Even if it's a co-parent type of thing, you still need two healthy people that know their role when it comes to a child. So make sure when it's time to bring children, if you're thinking about it, first of all, hand in hand, vet that man properly. Make sure that man has the abilities to be your husband, first off, and have the abilities to be the father and role model to your future children.
I think that as Black people, most times we choose the wrong people to procreate with. We lay down with the wrong people, and then soon after, we start to regret our choices. Let us take a step back and really think, will this person make a great father? Will this person make a great mom? Will he or she use those children against me? Will he or she put those kids first, regardless of whatever happens to our relationship? Will he or she be civil? And a child is a lifetime responsibility. So we have to make much better choices about who we spend time with, who we are around, who we procreate with, who we have families with. It's very important. And it can make or break you. It is that critical. I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.